Good morning and welcome to Dawlish Library Saturday story time. We're going to read another story today, all about our friend Bernard Bear, and it's called Bernard Bear and the Sticky Situation. Bernard was in bed. He was trying to get some sleep, but he'd had something on his mind and he couldn't get to sleep at all. "I know," he said. "I'll sing myself a little lullaby, a cheery tune, to see if that sets me off to sleep." So he lay down, took a deep breath and started to hum. But after a while, it didn't make any difference. Bernard was still wide awake. "I know," he said. "I'll try counting sheep." So he lay down, got comfortable, and in his head started to count sheep. 1, 2, 3, 4. But that was no good either. Bernard was still wide awake. Pretty soon it was morning, and Bernard had got no sleep at all. He'd just been so excited. Today was his third favourite day of the year. His favourite day was Christmas. Presents, cake, carols, games. Oh, he loved Christmas. Second favourite day was his birthday. Oh, seeing all my friends, eating birthday cake, blowing out candles. Oh, I do like my birthday. But today was his third favourite day of the year, and that day was Carnival Day. Hooray! Bernard went downstairs and ate his breakfast. Afterwards, he went down to the park to see what was going on in the lead up to Carnival. There were lots of stalls and games and rides, and Bernard had saved up all his pocket money to take part in each of them. He started by getting on the Bouncy Castle. This was something he'd always liked. So he climbed to the top of the steps, stood on the top of the Bouncy Castle, and bounced for all he was worth. Hooray! Hooray! Bernard liked the Bouncy Castle very much. Afterwards, he got on the dodgem cars and drove around as fast as he can, bumping into all his friends. Bump, bump, bump. Afterwards, he felt a little bit dizzy. Oh, there were still plenty of rides to go on, including the tunnels to climb through and things to climb on. Oh, Bernard even got his head stuck. Hooray! After going on all the rides, Bernard felt quite tired. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll go and have a go on the hook-a-duck stall. That will be good. Bernard went along and paid his money. He was given a fishing rod. Now all he had to do was try and hook a duck on the end of the fishing rod, and he would win a prize. So Bernard, very gently, very carefully, and very steadily, sent the hook out to try and catch a duck. "I've caught one! I've caught one! Hooray!" The man on the stall was very pleased. "Well done, Bernard. I'll go and get you your special prize." Which he did. The prize Bernard had won was a very special carnival hat. Hey! But the hat was so big, it went right down over Bernard's face, and he couldn't see anything. Oh, that's no good. "I'll keep the hat, but I'll take it and give it to my dad later in the day." "Thank you," said Bernard. Bernard was feeling quite tired now, so he went over and sat down by the bandstand. "Oh, I'll listen to the band," he said. "I might close my eyes as well. I can still listen while I close my eyes." Bernard laid back and closed his eyes. Within a few minutes, Bernard was asleep. While he was sleeping and listening to the band, he had a dream. he was in the band and he was the band leader. In his dream, Bernard had a great big trumpet and he marched in front of the band blowing the trumpet. In his dream, everyone was looking at Bernard and clapping. A short time later, Bernard woke up with a start. Oh, gosh, needed that. He just had time to go and get something to eat before the carnival started. Now, what shall I have? He thought. I could have an ice cream, or a hot dog, burger, pizza. I know. I think I will have some candy floss. So Bernard went over to the stall and said, "Please can I have a big piece of pink candy floss?" The man behind the stall gave Bernard a big stick with pink candy floss on. And Bernard ate it very quickly. After he finished, he was left with a stick, but the stick was very sticky. Bernard took it over to the rubbish bin and tried to throw it away, but it was so sticky, it kept getting stuck to his paw. "Oh, I'm going to end up carrying that all day," he said. "I know, I'll put it in my pocket." So Bernard put the stick in his pocket. It was now time for the carnival. Bernard went and stood on a wall to get the best view. He wanted to see everything that went by. While he was there, he saw his friend Jake come along, and Jake had been to the Hooker-Duck stall as well. "Oh, I won as well. Do you want to see what I won on the stall?" "Yes, please," said Bernard. And Jake had won a silly carnival hat as well. "Hey, I won as well." After a few minutes, as the floats and vans started coming round on the carnival, the first one was a big truck that looked like a train. It even had one of Bernard's friends driving it, and he waved at Bernard. "Hello, Bernard." "Hey," said Bernard, and waved back. There were all sorts of people taking part in the carnival. There were clowns. "Hey, hello." There were people dressed up in fancy dress. "Hey, it's a lady scarecrow." And there were people with masks. Bernard even got to try on one of the masks. "Oh, I look like an elephant now." Hey. Bernard stirred and clapped and cheered at every float that went by and put in some of the pennies that he'd saved into the people collecting money in charity baskets. Oh, it's been very good. The last float was the Carnival Queen float. As it came round, Bernard looked up. The Carnival Queen was very pretty. She had a lovely dress on and a beautiful crown. Bernard clapped and waved. The Carnival Queen spotted Bernard and waved back. Bernard felt shy. Oh, she was so pretty. After the carnival had finished, there were fireworks. Bernard stayed for those. Bang, whiz, pop. Oh, they were beautiful colours and made such a noise. Bernard had had a lovely day. He decided to go home. "I'll go home and go to bed, I think." So Bernard went home, went upstairs, brushed his teeth, and got ready for bed. Before he got into bed, he heard something outside. It sounded like crying. He went to the window and drew back the curtains and looked down in the street below. Out in the street there was a mummy and daddy walking with a little girl. The little girl looked very sad and was crying. Bernard looked down. I know what's happened. The little girl had been to the carnival, and her dad bought her a beautiful red balloon. But the string on the balloon had broken, and the balloon had gone floating off into the sky. The little girl's dad had tried to catch it, but it was too quick, and it went higher and higher. The higher in the sky it went and started to disappear, the more upset the little girl became. "Oh, we can't have that," said Bernard. "I'll have to go and help." Bernard went up to the ladder, up to the loft, and got his special flying carpet. He sat on it and said the magic words, "Fly away." The carpet rolled up into the air and then out the loft window, out into the air. "I'm definitely going to find that balloon." Bernard flew off round the town looking. Eventually, he came across the biggest tower block in the town, very, very high, and right at the top, caught on the end of the roof, was the little girl's red balloon. Bernard flew up and got as close as he could to the red balloon, climbed out onto the end of the carpet, and reached up on tiptoe. But the balloon was just out of reach. "Oh, I can't reach it." Bernard stretched and he stretched and he stretched, but he couldn't reach red balloon. "Oh, I could do with using something to try and hook it onto the balloon and get it back on the carpet, and then I can take it back because I can't reach it on my own." Bernard then had an idea. He reached down into his pocket and found the very sticky candy floss stick he'd had earlier. Oh, very sticky. "If I hold on to the stick and I put it up by the balloon and I touch the balloon, hopefully the stick might stick to the balloon. Let's give that a go." So that's what Bernard did. The balloon was stuck on the end of the building. Bernard reached up and he put the stick next to the balloon. It worked! The sticky candy floss stick stuck to the balloon. Bernard gave it a gentle tug and the balloon came away, came down onto the carpet. Bernard pulled the stick off and held on tight to the balloon. "Hooray, it worked! I can now take that back to the little girl. Hooray!" Bernard flew off on the carpet. He didn't know where the little girl lived. He flew round and round, looking down to try and find her house. He was just about to give up when he saw a door open on a street, and a man came out to put out the milk bottles for the milkman for the next day. Bernard recognised the man. "Ray, that's the little girl's dad. That must be where she lives." He waited for the man to go back in and close the door, and then he flew down outside the house and tied the little girl's balloon to the door handle. Quickly, he rang the bell, got back on the carpet, and flew up out of the way so they couldn't see it. The little girl's dad came to the door. He opened the door, and there was nobody there. That's strange. As he went to close the door, he saw the balloon hanging off the door handle. "Oh, that's wonderful!" He shouted to his daughter, "Lucy, come here." Lucy came to the front door, and as soon as she saw her beautiful red balloon, she clapped her hands and did a little dance. She smiled. "Oh, thank you," she said. "Thank you." Her dad said to her, "It wasn't me who got it. Somebody's left it for you. You need to say thanks to them." So she shouted out the door, "Thank you to whoever bought my balloon." They then went back indoors. Bernard was very proud that he got the little girl's balloon. "Hooray, I made her happy." And as he flew home on the carpet, that made Bernard happy as well. He was smiling and smiling. When he got back home, Bernard got ready for bed again. Oh, that's been a very, very, very good day. In fact, that's been such a good day that I think Carnival Day might just be my favourite day of the year now. Good night, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. That was all about Bernard and his latest adventure. And we hope to see you again next Saturday for another story about Bernard, which I will be writing this week. We're also here on a Thursday doing Bounce and Rhyme. That goes out at 11 o'clock on Thursday on the Dawlish Facebook site. And the Adventures of Bernard are on the Facebook site from Saturday morning. They also go on to the Dawlish Library YouTube channel as well, if you wanted to tune in and see what Bernard's been up to. Okay, thank you for joining. Bye.